Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Farm Simulator 22 Extreme Farming. All right, settle down, folks. Don't get your panties all in a bunch. We know we gotta kick a tire. We gotta kick a tire. I almost started right there. All right, so we know that we have to get this ready. If you look, it is August 1st. And we can start planting this field in September. We could put canola in it now, but like we said, we want wheat. That would help us get into chickens and give us a little bit more straw. And I think the first thing we need to do today is we're going to have to cultivate this. Yeah, cultivate, not plow. Doesn't say we need to plow yet, so we're going to wait on that. Now, I know what you're thinking. We only have a plow, not a cultivator. That is why we're going to make a purchase today. We're going to buy our first cultivator. We don't have a lot of money, so we're going to go with a pretty good option here. So I think we're going to go with a cheap starting option. You can see we can't even get into these normal cultivators in the game, but there are some down here we can. So this one is 65 horse, 3 meters wide, 3 meters wide, 20 horse, 50 horse on the case. And that is a pretty good option, actually. And same with this one, 3 meters wide at 4. Now, I think we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to go with the little one. It's cheaper. It's a little bit smaller. We can paint it though, right? Oh yeah, let's do blue and red maybe. Oh wow, that's fancy. Tires? I don't think we want. Yeah, we could do tires, give it a little extra weight. Yeah, that'll actually look pretty cool. But I think we're gonna go with this option. 20 horse is pretty safe bet, and we got to make sure we can basically do everything in the game. We can upgrade stuff later, but right away we want to make sure we can just do everything. So let's go ahead and buy this. We'll head over to the White Knight, and we will. Oh my gosh, they put it in a weird little spot there. Hopefully this will connect without going crazy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm not sure what's going on here, folks. Can we tip you over? Oh my gosh. This is the most amazing sell point ever. I don't know if I've really showed it a whole lot, but I have had this happen a few times actually to me. Oh, there we go. Oh, oh, it's gone bad on me. Just to settle down all them people that watch that are part of PETA. There were no tractors hurt in the making of this video. Alright, thank you, Spike. Now we can continue on. Let's go ahead and put this thing in the ground. Oh, yeah, it's working. Oh, wow, it's actually really quick. Wow, that actually surprises me. And all we're doing when we're cultivating, it's like a shallower form of plowing. We're just trying to get all the residue and the soil kind of just, incorporated in really well so that we're getting the old crop worked. So we have some good black dirt to work with seeding. Actually, the way farming has been going in real life, cultivating's almost getting to be a thing of the past. Not in the area where I am, just because you need to turn the dirt here to get it to dry out in the spring. Where I live, it was pretty wet. But a lot of people are going to no-till in real life, and which is cool because Farm Simulator 22 definitely has no-till stuff in the game, and we'll be getting to that down the road. But I am really excited to use this cultivator, and it's working really well with the tractor. So I think for the most part, guys, in this series, we're going to start with little equipment. And if we can run bigger equipment down the road, we will. But for the time being, making sure we can do everything, which basically now we really can. There's outside of maybe putting a corn header and getting a planter, we can actually do almost every, most of the basic grain crops in the game. So we put ourselves in a good position. Now, granted, we don't have a ton of money right now, which is okay, but we have the infrastructure in progress. We're going to need more land. That's one of the big goals now. Get the score up and also start working on animals. We need to get into more animals here, guys. The earlier we can get into animals, the bigger livestock we can get later. And on this series, I'm going to make sure that we're centered around our animal. I feel like our animal stuff is going to help us quite a bit. Our productions are going to be based around animals. So everything that we can get that'll help us out. I mean, we're going to do everything in the game, but I want to have an animal-centric focus because that's what I would, that's how I've grown up in real life with farming, and also that's what I would love to do again, um, with a real farm again someday. I'm hoping we get one soon. But that being said, this thing actually works pretty good. Now there is different forms of cultivation, guys. There's, you have plowing, which is deeper, and you got your like subsoilers, which aren't very common where I live, but you can there's different levels to it actually. If you look on here, and we'll get into them as we go because I want to use a lot of them. But you have power harrows. Man, this talking thing doesn't work good to me. See, subsoilers and spaders, which are real deep like plows. And then you have your cultivators, which are shallower, and disc harrows, which are these things are by far the shallowest. It basically just roughs up the surface a little bit. But guys, I'm super excited. I know it sounds dumb. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am because I am just having a blast with it. I think down the road, we could upgrade cultivators and maybe try some other stuff. But right now, I really do like this one. Now, we could actually try to roll these stones in the ground, but since we're going to expand our farm over here. Eventually, we don't want rocks just laying in the ground. So if we're wrong, that would be bad. So we're going to actually put the rock bucket on, pick some rocks. Now, we still have the stones in there from the last time we used it. And I think right now is a good time to start a rock pile. We're going to use these rocks later on, but we're going to want to save them until the time being. And I think right there is probably a really good way to go ahead and save them rocks till later. We can, by the way, we can pick them back up again. As you can see, we can pick them up. So, we're not just throwing them on the ground to not use them. We're storing them out of the field. And let's go ahead and we're going to try to pick up all the rocks we can from the field. Let's get that bucket down just a little bit. We have it all cleaned up. About 400 liters of stone. We're almost ready on this field. The only thing we have left to do before we can plant it is actually to lime it. But I think we're going to wait for that one in the next episode. And today we're going to start looking at some contracts before they go off. Field 113 and field 132 or 42, not too far apart. And a few episodes ago, I showed you these contracts, and they're still up here right now. I really feel like we should take these while they're up. So let's go ahead and let's accept, what one do we want to try out? New Holland or the Ideal? I don't know. Let's go with the Black Ideal, actually. All right, so let's borrow the items for that, and let's go down to the bottom and accept 113 as well. This big harvester barely made it through them bridges to get over here. Now, our goal with this field, and this is a really nice harvester, by the way, our goal with this field is going to be to see if we actually can go ahead and get some extra Oh, we don't want to disable a straw. There we go. We'll disable a straw for right now. Down the road, we're going to test whether we can pick up straw or not, but right now we don't have the extra cash to really play around with that. Our little baler just won't do a very good job on that. So don't think we're going to worry too much about that. But the reason we're doing this wheat contract is we're going to try to see if we can keep a little bit of extra wheat like we do with the bales. These are two decent sized fields. So if it is going to work, it's going to work on one of these big fields like so. This is a pretty fancy harvester though. Holy crap. I mean, for us, early game, to be in something like this, it's great. That's the beauty of contract work, by the way, guys. We are going to super pay attention to what vehicles we're using in the contract work now, just so we can see for the future what type of equipment we want and what we're going to like. So it has started raining, and you can see harvesting while it rains reduces the yield. And it used to not let you actually harvest during the rain, but now it does. So we're going to have to wait. As you would probably expect, it is realistic. You do not definitely harvest during the rain. Besides the extra moisture you don't want on the crop, it actually is not good on the harvester either. A lot of harvesters will get stuck if it gets too wet out. But the big thing would be the grain separating from the rest of the crop. It doesn't like to do that when it's wet. But we're probably 2/3 of the way. Oh yeah, 60%. I said about 2/3. I was going to say about 2/3 of the way done. So we're gonna just finish up this field. Actually, I think I gotta take these all have to go to grain south. Let's just double check. So we may have to take that load over there first. We're actually getting quite a bit off this. I'm hoping we get some spare. Wow, we're full. All right, let's go take it down to the grain south. Now, I don't think this will fully complete that. There's a lot of grain still sitting in that field to get, but we will kind of see how close it does get us. 100%. Oh, that's good news. So 100% transported. I didn't see what field it was 100% transported. I'm thinking it's this one here, which is good because that means we have all of it transported for the big field. We should have some extra then. There we are. 142 is now done. We have 8,700 liters in the combine. So I'm going to put everything from the combine into this, our Parker, our wheat wagon. And obviously, I don't think we'll be able to keep a whole load. But if we were able to keep 4,000 wheat out of these two contracts, I would consider that a huge victory. Right. Our wheat wagon is full, and now we're starting to fill up this thing. But I'm thinking this is a good time for a montage here, folks. with that being done, now is the time we have to just finish up and deliver and see what we end up with. But I want to be careful. If we see our money going up, we're going to stop. I don't think we will, but we're going to keep an eye on it. All right, so 84% transported. So we're going to have to grab our full gravity wagon and to finish up the contract here. I can tell you, folks, that's quite the long drive from corner to corner almost on this map at 19 miles an hour. But White Knight did it perfectly. So now we'll see what we get to keep from this. But the second I see the dollar sign start to move on the top right-hand corner, I'm going to stop unloading. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. My goal is 4,000. I don't know that we'll get to keep that much, but we are going to try to. We're down to 8. This thing does not unload super quick, does it? The good news, that's good news, because that means the second we get the opportunity, it's definitely... There it is. Oh, wow. We got 6,000? Oh, that's beautiful. That makes me think we definitely need to do some more contracts. So we get, this is ours. This is ours to keep, guys. So let's collect the money from that. I'm going to take this load and take it back to the house, to the farmhouse. And we'll see you in the next episode, guys. This is a victory.